Good evening, and thank you for coming to tonight's workshop, How to Help Your Child Be a Better Reader. I will start with bienvenidos. Welcome. Welcome again. Tonight, I will be speaking mostly in English, but I will have our Spanish teacher, Senora Montañez, translate. So therefore, there may be some breaks in speaking with myself so that she is able to translate. I would first like to introduce myself. Hola, soy Nikki Vélez, la bibliotecaria de Lindenwold Escuela número 4. I am Mrs. Vélez. I am the school's librarian. Your students see me on a regular. And tonight we are going to talk about how to get your students to be better readers. Many of our slides will be in both English and Spanish, impartial. But again, like I said, Senora will be translating. I'd like to begin with, a tus hijos les encanta leer. Your kids love reading. They love read alouds, they love reading with friends, they love reading on digital devices. So why are we here? Our goal and objective tonight is during this workshop, you will observe and practice strategies to help your child in grades K through 4 become better readers. You will also be able to find and use technology and other resources to support reading for your child. Reading can be done anywhere. School is not the only place to learn to read. The more children to literacy, the better reader they become. Reading in your native language will help you and your child become better readers. So before we go any further, I'm going to tell you now, parents, please read to your kids in your native language. Don't stop. It actually helps support their reading progress. Let's start with an icebreaker. Today, this is our job as adults. You're going to introduce yourself, and then you're going to say one of your favorite stories that you like to read or you like to hear when you were young. I'm going to write a list of what you said, primarily because if they had an effect on your life, I would like to be able to put them in the library so that you can share them with your child. So let's take a few minutes to create a list. Okay, now that we've gotten several titles and we've heard some stories that we'd like to hear, we're going to continue. Leer empieza en casa. Reading starts at home. We're going to start with activities for you and your toddler because, as I said again, I've been here a while and I've seen many siblings, and here's to get that early push as to what they can do. First thing, talk and listen. What does that mean? Well, when I speak about talk, engage your student, your child, in perhaps what may have happened or during their day. This creates a story. Listen and listen patiently. Let's try right now, just for a few minutes, because this is the first time we've had our children actually with us. I would like you to ask them what their favorite part of the day was today. And then ask them to explain why. Let's take a few minutes. I'm sure you got a lot of information. You noticed things about your child that they enjoyed, what they didn't enjoy, and it helped them to create a story. This is one good way to start the beginnings of storytelling, which helps them to develop and understand stories themselves. Number 2, I want you to use letters in your child's name to help them identify other words with the same letters. So what does this look like? We're going to use the letters that are on the table. You'll see some letters. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to build your child's name. So, for example, my child's name is Olivia. Olivia. So if I might look around and say, oh, there's a sign right there. Open. So now she knows that her O in Olivia also is a symbol for open. Let's practice for a moment. I'm sure you and your child discovered some great things and some surprising things, like how sometimes words don't follow rules. And that's okay because English is really hard. So we must remember pages. Number 3, try singing rhyming songs. This also helps as that is a skill for preschool, K, and first grade. Again, I said I taught for several years, and teachers have come to me and said, hey, we need help with our students in reading. And they found that students couldn't rhyme. So let's try those rhyming songs. And then model being a reader yourself. Now, what we're going to do next is watch a video of other parents so that you can see what's going on with the 4 things that I've listed. Let's watch.
All right, where's the R?
2.5-year-old Mira couldn't be getting a better start for life as a reader.
Next to the I.
She can already name most of the letters of the alphabet.
Right. And then finally A, where's the A?
When it's time to become a reader, she'll have less to learn because of the head start her parents are giving her.
Yeah, good job. Give me 5. Good job.
Mira melons. M for melons and M for Mira. Look, we have melons in our list. Which
Mira's mother does what reading researchers recommend. She finds opportunities to point out print and how it's used.
Look, Mira, C for cucumbers.
Mira is learning that signs are different from shopping lists,
Sweetie, peppers. Let's get some peppers.
which are different from stories. Mira is also discovering that all of these kinds of writing are made up of words, which in turn are made up of letters.
C for cauliflower. M for mushrooms.
When Mira starts learning to read, she'll already know a lot about print, much more than she knows about self-control. Mira is getting such a rich exposure to books in print, it's clear she can't wait to read on her own. In fact, like many children, Mira pretends to read. Her play reading reveals that she already knows how books work. This knowledge comes from watching her parents read to her, and that's something they do every day. Every evening after dinner, Mira's parents switch off the phone and television for reading times. It's Mira's favorite part of the day.
Eat a good breakfast. And don't forget to wash the dishes, dear.
More is going on here than meets the eye. From her mother's moving finger, Mira learns that the print tells her mother what to say. She doesn't just make up a story based on the pictures. The details that Mira and her 2-month-old brother Vijay are picking up are certainly important. But the most vital lesson this evening may be the simplest. Reading is a pleasure.
Why is he going? I think it's for the brother, Mommy.
His mommy and daddy want him to go and get his little brother.
The single most important thing that a parent can do to help a child learn to read is to transmit a love of reading to their children. Let them see you reading as a parent. Let them see that you enjoy and love print. And I say this to parents, even if you're not a reader yourself, you can still communicate to your children that books matter.
VJ can't yet follow the twists and turns of the plot, but he is paying attention to his mother's voice,
Try to stay out of trouble.
tuning his brain to the elementary speech sounds that make up English. He's already laying the foundations for becoming a reader.
And we'll be home soon.
Major funding for Reading Rockets comes from the United States Department of Education, Office of Special Education Programs. For author interviews, recommended reading lists, and information about teaching kids to read, please visit us online at www.readingrockets.org.
Let's take a minute to talk about some of the things we saw in the video. As we gathered back, we've noted some things. We noted that the video said they read every night together. They modeled for her. What else did you notice? They pointed out prayer in the real world. As you continue forward with your child, these are best practices. These are things that we should do on a daily basis to help your student become a better reader. I've also discussed what's called rhyming. Here I've given or provided some examples of rhyme in both English and in Spanish. They're videos. Here's some clips here of some rhyming songs. Oops, let's get the
It followed her to school one day, school one day, school one day. It followed her to school one day, which was against the rules. It made the children laugh and play, laugh and play.
Okay, that was the English version of Mary Had a Little Lamb. I wasn't going to play it in its entirety, but I wanted you to understand that rhyme has the same sounds at the end of it. Again, this helps our younger readers make predictions about what's going to come in a book in early reading at times. So it's just helpful. If you're not familiar with those, we also have examples of Spanish rhyme.
Pasó un marinero, cucú, cucú, vendiendo romero, cucú, cucú, le pedí un ramito, cucú, cucú, no le quiso dar, cucú, cucú, y se echó a llorar.
So those were some rhyming songs that are common in both English and Spanish. And then we have a list of books over here with some rhyme in it. We have Pio Peep, Diez Deditos, y Arroz con Leche. which are Spanish, which we have available in our library. We also have some rhyming books that we have in English. For example, The Cat in the Hat, which is common. Dr. Seuss is a very popular author who rhymes. As you can see and hear, cat and hat rhyme. And these are things that you might want to practice with your child. So therefore, let's just say you might say, cat and hat, do they sound alike? And they could tell you yes or no. And if you wanted to go further, you might say cat, dog. Do they sound alike? Do they rhyme? So give them examples as well as non-examples so that they can understand exactly what rhyme is. Rhyme is a great way for children to make predictions in earlier books, which again strengthens their reading skills. Right now, we are going to practice. So, vamos a practicar con su hijo. Let's practice with our child. On the table, there are some books, these books. And what you can do is you can go through what you feel comfortable with. And even if you're just looking at the pictures, you can discuss what words might rhyme. For example, this one right here, fox, socks. They sound alike. Let's try that now. Next, I would like to talk about strategies that would help your K through first grade child become better readers. Again, we're still talking about the talk and listen. They have a better vocabulary, so their conversation is going to be a little bit different. You're also going to point out words in the real world. So, for example, when you see signs on the bathroom door, you might say that says girls. It starts with a G. Or boys, and this starts with a B. Reading alphabet books and books with lots of pictures would really help, as this is a way to support their reading needs. Practice letter names and sounds, and then model, of course, again, as a reader. I would like to show you exactly what we talk about when we talk about sounds, because obviously Spanish sounds and letters are pronounced a little bit different. So I put in a video that you can use to practice with that. This is a Foundations Letter Sound Review, and this is what the students do use at school. So here we go.
A, apple, a. B, bat, b. C, cat, k. D, dog, d. E, ed, e. F, fun, f. G, game, g. H, hat, h. I, itch, I. J, jug, j. K, kite, k. L, lamp, l. M, man, m. N, nut, n. O, octopus, ah. P, pan, p. Q, queen, qu. R, rat, r. S, snake, s. T, top, t. U, up, V, van, v. W, wind, w. X, fox. Y, yellow, y. Z, zebra, z.
Now, as you can see, the cards provided the letter, a picture that matched the letter, had the beginning sound, and then the actual sound of the letter. Practicing this could be of great service when children are trying to sound out words. Now, let's see what we can do with our older readers to help them become better readers. Okay. Activities for 2nd through 4th grade. Writing. Here, as they develop as readers, writing supports and helps them remember what they read. So create a toolbox of writing materials that your child can use to write different things like notes, books, because sometimes they like to create little books, and lists. So that might mean you need paper of different sizes, different colors, lined and unlined. Perhaps even stickers, pencils, pens, crayons, anything that would help them support their writing. Next, continue with family stories. Telling family stories, this is important for your child to become a storyteller too. It also keeps the traditions of your family. Identify cognates. What does that mean? Can somebody tell me what this picture is? In English or in Spanish? Okay, I have some hands. Okay, in English, se dice princess. In English, we say princess. En español, se dice princesa. In Spanish, we say princesa. So, therefore, they sound really similar. Here, these are cognates, which are words that are similar in both English and Spanish. What I have provided is a link here that shows some of the cognates. As your child gets to be a better reader, you're going to be able to use these cognates to help them develop their language. You may know it in Spanish and then go, oh, I remember that from English, and vice versa. For example, auto in español and auto in English. We have other words. Director and director. Doctor and doctor. Lots of familiar looking and sounding words that can help your reader as they get older and develop a bigger vocabulary. That is there as well. The library also provides resources to help at home. We have books, which are in Spanish. They could be bilingual, books on iPads, and books on ebooks. We also have listening devices as well. Right now, I'd like to show you how to get access to those things. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our laptops, and we are going to basically investigate how to use them. So we're going to go here to Destiny, and you can follow along with me. And this is how to find books and ebooks from home. So here's a quick video that I've made about finding this material. One of the library's greatest resources is our Destiny. Destiny gives you access to titles that are available in the library. as well as other information. So what we're going to do in this part of the session is we are actually going to explore it so you know how it works and how to better help your English language learning student. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to the home page. And what you need to do is you need to go to Student Resources, which is the top tab, and you will see the drop down which says Library Media Center. I need you to click on it. Here you will see Destiny Quest, and that is where we're going to go next. Here, Destiny allows you to search titles from home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what you can do is you can see what's available. So let's just say I wanted Spanish books, Spanish titles. I could type Spanish books, press go, and there you would see that there are 269 titles available that are in Spanish, which is very helpful for our students who are learning the English language. As you can see, there are some titles. If you hit next, you will see some other titles. You can see if they're in, if they're out, and the next thing that we are actually going to be looking at is this right here, where it says Status Unlimited. Another great resource that Destiny offers is File It Shelf. So that's this tab right here, which we'll be clicking next. Let's go to that. Once you get to File It is an incredible resource which gives you information about what is in our library. So, as you can see, it lists recently added books. So we have Capitan Calzoncillos, which is Captain Underpants, which is a very popular title. As you can see, it's already checked out. If you move down, you will see other titles that are listed. We have both English, Spanish, and bilingual books. If you want to see more titles, they will be listed in this way. What I want to do now is we would like to go down to what is known as ebooks and books. And again, you'll see that symbol that I just pointed out to you. We have ebooks, which give you the option of clicking on a title, for example, Moose on the Loose, and then reading that title. Now, with File It, you have the options. You just simply open the book up or check it out. Reasons that you want to check it out is because sometimes there are only certain amount of titles available in case somebody else just check the book out at the same time. What I'm going to do now is just simply open the book. And it is loading. There's the title, and then you will see the actual book. What File It does is gives you the option to do certain things, like you can play the book. You can also check the speed if you want a slower speed, so that maybe your child or yourself can slowly hear the words and then you can speed it up. This is very helpful trying to learn the language and learn what is being said. Slowing it down lets you hear the words slowly so then you can repeat them. In a few brief moments, you'll be able to do this as well. And there's a play button right there that you can use. Now, let's just say I'm through with this book. So, what I would like to do is we're just going to go to another book. Again, just like with the ebooks, we have interactive books, which you too, again, can scroll to find a topic that you're looking for. For example, emergency vehicles. And then you can open that one as well. It's loading. Again, you have the options of the audio. And you can read the book page by page to where it's a little bit slower, or you can read the book all at once. So if I did this, you will be able to hear and see the book. And then when you are finished, you will be done. And that will be it for that. So Followed is a really great resource for you to use at home. I would really like for you to take some time now to explore some of the titles, see how it works. Make sure that you're checking different things. Like I forgot to mention, for example, if you go into, let's say, a books account, you can see exactly what the interest level is, meaning, is my student going to like it? This is something for someone who's in between K through 3. So these are things that you can look at when reviewing to make decisions. So I'm going to give you a few minutes, and then you can back and just debrief about what you noticed about the features. Again, please have fun with it, because this is something that you could use in the future to support literacy and helping your student grow as a reader. I've also listed some helpful links that I've curated. Here's BrainPop ESL, Duolingo, and A for ESL, to name a few. If you were to click on any of these links, you would see a video. This is basically for the older students who have some background and can work independently, but it's also good if you have them do it from home. It gives you a placement test, different levels to help support their needs as well. This is one of the links. Take a few minutes, explore some of these links, and just get familiar. Last but not least, what else can you do? Well, here's this. School4 has connections. We have 2 great public libraries in our area. We have the Lindenwold Public Library as well as the Voorhees Public Library. Both are a part of the Camden County Library System. So if you get a library card, you have access to more books, more programs, and other activities locally. Some of the resources that the library has offered, this is Voorhees, is how to get a free library card. Before, there were concerns about what they needed, if you needed a Social Security number, things of that nature. Because we are working together, I was informed that no, they don't need those things. So today we can actually apply for a library card together. So what you would do is go into the link where it says get a library card. You can actually apply online and complete the information. Now, let's just say if you need it in Spanish, you can do that as well. Your address is actually where they will send the card, so there's no need to go inside of the library. Just know that the card will come to your home in a few business days. Why is this important? The more books that your child reads, the more access they have, the more background knowledge they have. With the libraries, it also comes with passes to museums. And as we know or have learned, the more children experience things, the more they have vocabulary and they can relate to things. So when they're reading, they understand it better and they've already developed a vocabulary. So there are some free passes to museums and gardens and other attractions through the library once you have a card. Again, we have a lot of resources. Please feel free to use them. If by chance you have any questions or concerns, feel free to email me and I will definitely get back to you, because the library is a support system for your child's academic life and academic enrichment. And I am here to support your child as well as the teachers in ensuring that they are reading and enjoying what they read and are lifelong learners. Thank you for your time and have a great evening.